Hey, it's Mike here. And really quick, I want to let you know about a special webinar that just went live this morning where they're actually teaching you how Sean Donahoe's been able to make pretty much $500 to $5,000 per day in about 10 minutes. I know it sounds really hypey, but this is a guy that actually escaped the internet marketing rat race in order to go on and move to Southeast Asia and just kind of work in his spare time doing something that he loves. Now, I did an interview with him yesterday. I'm going to put that in the description below. I'll also have a full review that you guys can check out as well. But they did this webinar. I want you guys to be able to check this out. I'm going to put a link to it below where you can check out the actual offer. And I'm going to tack on the webinar right to the end of this video so you can check out the whole thing. If you have any questions about anything, make sure you comment below. I have complete access to Sean, so I can ask him anything that you want to know and get you answers on it. Also, make sure you like this video. It really helps out with my YouTube channel, and I appreciate it. And hit that subscribe button and bell notification. Enjoy.
Hey everyone, it is great to see you here, and we've got some amazing training for you coming up. We're going to show you the proven 3-step, 10-minute a day, 6-figure, it's really an unconventional, recession-proof online income system that unlocks 500 to 5K days fast. This is all from one skill that, when mastered, means you will never worry about money again. All without products, selling, marketing, funnels, traffic, or any prior experience, even if you're 100% brand new and are starting with a very small budget. So what can you expect from this training? Well, first of all, you're not going to walk away and make 10K next week. This isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. This is a real business, and it's a business that I do, and it helps me and a lot of the people I know as well. You will discover one of the fastest, easiest, and most powerful ways to generate consistent income, and you will discover how you can do this wherever you are in the world, regardless of experience. Also, you will learn how to do this profitably without staring at the screen all day. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes. And you will see real results from real students following this simple, proven set of easy-to-follow rules. And we're going to share exactly what those are in this training. So let me ask you a question. If I could show you a proven way that generates 5, 10, or 20K a month, or even 500 to 5K days, and it only took 10 to 15 minutes a day without products, selling, funnels, traffic, or customers, something that is 100% recession-proof, and you can even do this from your phone, would you be interested? Put a 1 in the chat box, or the questions box, whichever you see. Because, and sure, actually, there we go. Yep, I'm looking at the chat box here. Flood of 1. Thank you, Tim, Susan, Ahmad, Jeremy, also, and so many more. Okay, that's fantastic. And yes, yeah, absolutely. I got that from Arnold here. Yeah, and so you're just saying it would make his absolute year. So that would be fantastic. Now, what we're going to cover is like nothing you've ever seen. In fact, if there's a better, faster, or easier way to build a real online income, I haven't found it. So here's what we do. Let's just dive right in. Here's what we do every single day. We look to see if a certain thing happens in the first 2 hours of the day. It's about 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Eastern, which is US time, and this only takes 5 minutes. And we've got some other, wherever you are in the world, we've got some interesting little workarounds for this as well. Now, if this one thing happens, and it usually does, we deploy what we call a profit package, and we'll get into this in a few moments. And if we're right, we get paid at the end of the day, automatically, what's called clear to cash, right into our account, and we're right 75% of the time. That's it. We rinse, repeat every weekday. Now, when you compare this to conventional online income streams, like I said, you could do this without any special skills or experience, without products or services, without selling anything, without having an audience, without building a website or funnel, without driving web track, large commitment of time, or without massive risk. And I'm seeing Ellie come in here. Yes, we're just getting started. I see a few more people still coming in. So we're just getting into the meat and the potatoes here. So yeah, don't worry, you're all good. All right, so let's tackle this first. I am a trader. Now, that's the big elephant in the room. Now, what does that mean? Well, here's the thing. Trading is one of the absolute best businesses that you can create online if you know what you're doing. We're going to show you how. So imagine a business you can start today with minimal costs. You only need one core skill, which we're going to show you. You have everything you need already. It's one of the hottest growing industries ever. You don't need products or marketing or any of that stuff. You can do this from anywhere in the world. This has created more millionaires than any other industry, and you'll learn everything you need here today, even if you've never traded before. Because trading is just like any other business. It's a process. It's a profit hub, okay? You do one thing, you create money. You do it again, you create more money. just like any other business, except it's a lot simpler. You don't need any experience to start. And there's a lot of BS in the trading industry, just like there is in the internet marketing world. But what we're about to show you can be learned by anyone. Yes, it has a learning curve, but those basics are learned fast, okay? Now, here's the cool thing. This ignores what's happening in the economy. And we're going to show you everything in this training. We're going to show you proof. And we bring a business-like mindset to everything we do. And once you know how to do this, once you know how to trade the way we're going to show you, you'll never have to worry about money again. Now, that's a big, bold claim. And I'm going to prove it to you here today. I'm going to show you exactly what we're doing, peel back the curtains, even show you some of the stuff that I'm doing in my trading right now and how simple this can be. And yes, this is based on what I've done every day for the last 25 years. Now, I can't say this enough. Yes, trading involves risk, same as any business. And if you see anything in this presentation that makes you think you can't lose, guess what? You've misunderstood. You can, however, we're right about 75.5% of the time, as you will see. Now, I personally think the risk is well worth the profit. I'm going to show you exactly, like I said, how this progresses and creates wealth without worry. And we're focused on minimizing and limiting our risk. However, the legal beagles do require me to throw up a couple of quick slides. Look, this is for education purposes, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to show you some of the stuff I'm doing. I am not a financial advisor, and you accept full responsibility for your own actions, yada, yada, yada. Look, bottom line is use common sense, I think, between your ears, just like any other business, okay? Now, we have a very strict no BS policy because honestly, I'm sick and tired of a lot of the BS, and you probably are too. So you're not going to make 10K next month. There's no promises that you're going to have Lambos by dawn and all that BS. This is not about crypto, by the way. That's the other thing that I'm seeing a couple of questions on. Yes, there is something for sale at the end of this. You don't have to buy it to make this work, okay? But it's going to help you get there faster, better, and easier than ever before. We're going to show you how we can continue this journey because I can only cram so much time, so much education into the short time we have here. And we're going to start a journey. I want to continue that journey with great training, support, tools, software, and a whole load of other cool stuff. We'll talk about that later on, okay? Now, I'm a trader, not a marketer. My goal is to share with you what I do every day. I'm going to try and break it down into small bite-sized chunks, and this has allowed me to retire in paradise. Now, there's two types of people probably watching this right now. You probably fall into one of these categories. Yeah, if you're thinking, am I in the right place? Is this for me? Look, if you want to build an online income but aren't sure where or how or what to do, or you have a kind of clue about maybe trading, but you want to know, how to do it the right way to get consistent, predictable revenue, I just need a little help and guidance. So trading is the perfect online business to me. But here is why. Here's why trading is the perfect income. First of all, reason number one is it's a solo sport. This means you don't need to rely on an employer, finding clients, getting customers. It's you, okay? That's it. And no one can take your income from you. And like I've said before, and I'm going to hammer this home because it really is the biggest truth to me, is once you know how to trade, you'll never have to worry about money again. And reason number two, doesn't matter what the economy is doing, doesn't matter what the president's saying, ex-presidents are saying, what Kim Kardashian had for breakfast, doesn't matter about any of that. Doesn't matter if the market's going up, down, or sideways. There's a way to do this with profit, okay? Literally almost every damn day, okay? Now, this is very important. This is reason number three. There's none of these other skills that you need. Building websites or funnels, writing copy, driving traffic, hiring people, sourcing or creating products, affiliate offers, or any other skills or hats that you have to wear in business that just make things bloody complicated. You only need to be good at one skill, and as you'll see, it's pretty easy to learn. Now, reason number four, and this is the most important one to me. It only takes 10 to 15 minutes a day, okay? And you can potentially earn way more than you ever did with a job. Now, just the other day, I was in a taxi going to a restaurant to go see some friends, and I did this one thing, literally on my phone, bing, 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 done, and that was me done for the day. I could be up in the mountains on my motorbike, and as long as I've got a cell signal, bing, 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 done for the day. And that's it. The rest of the day is mine. This is what's allowed me to retire, to focus on teaching other people this skill. My family, my friends, and now you as well. And this gives you the complete time freedom. I mean, there's nothing else out there that allows you, and I'm just thinking about this. This was one of the most important things to me because I used to be like working 10, 12, 15, 16 hours a day. And I designed this strategy so I could do this around all my other businesses. But when this eclipsed all my income from all my other businesses, I shut them down just to focus on this. And then I had the most peace you ever imagined. It's what allowed me to do what I do right now. And literally, I could be on the beach, I could be up in the mountains, I could be working on my motorbike, I could be racing on the track, whatever I want to do. I've got the freedom now to do that. And you can have all the money in the world, which I had, but I had no time. I was a prisoner of my own making, a gilded cage, if you will. Now, you can have all the time in the world and no money. That's not wealth. You can have all the wealth in the money, or wealth in the world, but no time. You're trapped. You need a balance between the two. This gives you that. So, sorry, I went on a little soapbox there. But reason number 5, and I think this is probably the most important for you. If you do what I do, you will get the results I get. And I'm going to reiterate that a little bit, okay? And reinforce this. I work in a lot of different industries, and I've seen a lot of people try and teach what they do, okay? And their students never get the same results, because the one thing you cannot teach is experience. Now, while there's some great people out there doing amazing things in their business, when they try and share that, it's frustrating for them because the students don't get the same results, and it's frustrating as hell for the students as well. And they tend to give up because they can't get past that barrier that the person teaching them did, okay? Not so with trading. You see, what I do is very algorithmic, okay? It's checkbox simple. And if we're looking at the same data with the same rules, we end up doing the same thing at the same time and getting the same results. What this means for you is you don't have to worry about experience. You can shortcut everything I've done for the last 25 years and get to the finish line immediately. It's one thing I love about what we do here. Now, there's 2 types of people teaching trading. The 20-somethings who are good in front of a camera, probably in their mother's basement, and let's face it, most of them are outright scams. And, even if those that have had success have never seen really what we call a bear market. Markets go down, and that's where people start collapsing, okay? Now, I've been in this industry for 25 years. I've been through every environment you can imagine. And you've also got the supposed Wall Street gurus who gave up their life of Lambos on Wall Street to teach the little guy. Yeah, not about you, but that smells of BS too. I'm neither of these. No one's mistaken me for 20-something, not with this grey in the beard, and I've never worked for Goldman Sachs. I came from nothing. Tiny island off the north tip of Scotland. So when people think, oh, that's all good for you, you've been a trader for 25 years, yada, 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 look, I come from nothing. I come from probably one of the poorest communities in Scotland. This island is 2 miles by 15 miles, has a population, or when I left, of about 500 people. Wasn't really much going on for a shorty boy. So I packed my suitcase, went to America with just $5 in my pocket, and I could tell you my entire sob story of happy rags to riches, how I started off as a real estate and not really a lot of money, and met some Wall Street brokers who I wanted to pick the brains of. Look, you know what? Who gives a damn? Honestly, and usually a lot of people want to, or presenters, they tell you about their journey and what happened to me during the dot-com era and how I lost a lot of money, didn't go according to plan. Look, I'm going to skip all this crap, okay? Because at the end of the day, it's not about me. This is about you. But let me give you the back of the envelope version. I started trading badly in 1999, okay? By 2003, I'd lost everything in 1999. All my life savings, trying to figure this out and listen to other people. And they gave me bad advice right at the dot-com crash. But it didn't dissuade me. I started trying to learn because I knew there was money in this. I just had to figure it out. It took me till 2006, 7 years, to figure out and start making consistent revenue. By 2016, I was very bloody good. And people were asking me, hey, what are you doing? How are you doing this? What are you doing? And I started showing a few other people. By 2022, I decided to get serious about teaching other people because to me, it's my legacy. So my intent for you is to skip all that BS, okay? And like I said, I've been teaching a select few students, and my students are crushing it. Now, I've taught people with 0 experience. I've taught people starting with very small accounts, and most of them, at least started off working around a full-time job or their own business. But like I said, I'll never have to work again. I really don't. My kids are grown up. I've had some personal life changes, and I moved to paradise. But there's only so much lazing around you can do. Honestly, I tried to just do nothing. I tried to be fully retired. I couldn't do it. I got bored. I got antsy. I got itchy. So recently I've been getting the now what's. Well, now I impact lives. I'm confident I can teach anyone with a bit of patience and determination to replace their full-time income trading very, very part-time, in about 10 to 15 minutes a day. So here's the strategy, what we call the 30,000-foot view. We look at the markets, the first 4 candles in the first 2 hours of the day, and we look for this one thing, this what we call a signal, a setup on only one stock. Then, if that happens, if it appears, and again, we can look at the charts. It just takes a couple of seconds. Yeah, not yet, not yet, not yet. Done. We don't have to be glued to the charts. That's the important thing. And then when we get, there we are. That's what I'm looking for. We deploy a profit package. I'm going to show you some examples of this in a moment. This is very simple to do. It actually is about 5 clicks of a mouse or your thumb if you're on a mobile. And then you walk away. That's it. Once we're done, we walk away and we let our trade do the work. It's like a little employee in your business going out there making you money. And it either makes you money or it doesn't. 75% of the time, it does. And that's it. And at the end of the day, when the markets close, boom, if we're successful, we're correct, that money ends up in our account. We don't have to babysit it. We don't have to keep looking at the charts, and rinse and repeat. Do this every day the markets are open, like just weekdays, and you're done. So congratulations. Just those couple of steps, those 3 steps, you have a very profitable, lucrative, predictable online business. Now, the 4 candles formula that we're talking about here is a true shortcut to wealth without worry. Now, one of the core things we need to cover are the 4 rules of rebel trading, because that's what we are. We're rebels. We're unconventional in our approach, because I love systemization. I love bringing a business-like mindset to everything. But my focus is on maximizing profit and minimizing risk. I'm making this what we call a production line process, just like any other business. But I want to make it as simple as possible. But there's 4 core tenets. 1, we don't gamble. This isn't Vegas. We bring a business-like mindset to everything we do. Okay? So we want to be focused on profits, consistency. We're not speculating. We're not hoping for the best, putting it all on red. That's bullshit. We leave that for the amateurs. This is professional level trading. I'm going to turn you into the top 5% of traders in the world here today. 2, we don't swing for the fences. We're not looking for home run trades. We're not going to be millionaires by dawn. We're not going to point to the outfield like Babe Ruth and hit a home run. We don't care. We're just going to swing. Every time there's a setup, we place the trade. We follow the rules and we swing the bat. If we hit, great. If we don't, it's okay. I don't care where the ball goes, as long as we hit or have a chance to hit. Now, you will sometimes lose. That's okay. Your winners will eclipse the losers, as you will see. And when you do that over the long term, you're going to have sustainable, predictable profit. This is the very, very important. Any business you create, it doesn't matter what it is. You're going to have winning days, you're going to have losing days, just like this. And what I'm trying to do here is draw the parallels between trading and the business models you probably already have some idea about. Okay? For me, this is just simple, streamlined, and effective. And rule number 4, progress creates success and profit. You're not going to be successful on day 1. Okay? There's a learning curve. But I'm going to show you how you can practice this without risk so that you can perfect your approach before you even risk a dime. So, what do we actually do? Well, here's the thing. This is what we look for in the first part of the morning. So you can see this here. See that little blue section? That's the first 2 hours of the day. And we look for something just like this. When we get this signal, okay, we call it a pulse candle. And we'll get into this in more detail. But like I said, there's a couple of things that are going to happen. When we get our pulse candle, we're going to deploy a profit package. Now, it's beyond this training to go into a lot of very fine detail because it'll take a while. But we'll talk about this and how we can go into more detail about this in a few minutes. But let's just I want to keep simple concepts. So we find a pulse candle and then we deploy a profit package. We determine how much profit we want for the market. So in this case, we'll use the example of $500 for easy numbers. Now, when we deploy this, it's really simple to do, but there's 4 things that can happen. First is, guess what? For the rest of the day, the stock can go up. And if it does, we collect 100% of that profit package. So if we want $500, we collect $500. Now, it can also go sideways. As long as it's above that top line of our profit package, we collect 100% profit. So it can go up a little bit and then sideways first. It can go up like a rocket, and that's great. It can even go against us. It can even be just a little bit of that yellow line, and we still make profit, anywhere from 0 to 99% profit. Now, that's 3 of them, and we have lots of ways to profit from this, when we deploy this. But lastly, we can also lose. If it ends up below the bottom line of this profit package, we lose, but that's okay. We move on. With a consistent win rate of 75%, yeah, we'll lose occasionally, but that's okay. So we can have 3 wins, 1 loss, and we're still profitable. So what happened on March 1st when this actual trade happened? Well, it went up. We collected 100% profit, and it only took 10 minutes. We're very happy. So our profit package of $500, if that's what we deployed, that's what we got at the end of the day. In fact, here's that very trade. This is my trade that I did on this. And as you can see here, March 1st, this was it. And again, I got 100% and actually $960 on this one, risking $1,000. Boom, I collected that as the profit package. So again, $960 collected literally in 5 hours. Okay, that's all it took. On March 1st, it took 10 minutes, and I went to sleep because I'm 12 hours ahead of the markets. I'm in Thailand. Okay, and that's it. But sure, that's just one day. I hear you. That's one day. Anyone can win once, right? Well, have a look at this. This is the end of February into March. And as you can see here, right here, 100% profit collected. Right here, 100% profit collected. And this could be 250, could be $50, could be 250, could be 500, could be 1,000, could be 2,500, could be 5K. But there's 3 wins in a row. Oh, but guess what? We lost one. We collected. This one actually went against us just a little bit. And we collected 93%. So if I had $1,000, guess what? I collected $930 of that. No trade on that day. And then we had the one I just showed you. So out of that, 7 trading days, 5 wins, 1 loss, and 1 no trade day. Seeing the potential here. Now, let's do a quick math lesson. Let's talk about, okay, if this was consistent over time, how would your business look? So I'm about to show you how you can do very well by being consistent with this, even if you're starting small. Now, this is a math lesson and example. This is not a claim as to the result you can get in your first year of trading, okay? This is just a demonstration of a point that you can have a consistent, predictable income from 10 to 15 minutes a day doing this one thing. So let's imagine, just for sake of simple numbers, you're starting with 5K. You could start with much less, okay? This is just a hypothetical, okay? For ease of calculation. And then, so for every 3 trades you get right, you're going to get 1 wrong, and maybe there's a 1 day with no trade, okay? I will risk 5% per trade, $250, just for easy math. So how does month 1 play out? Well, let's assume that Monday, Tuesday, we have 2 wins, then we have a loss. Thursday is a win, and Friday, no trade, just to keep it simple and consistent. So as you can see, if we start off with $5,000, by the end of the week, we're up $499. That's not bad for 1 week. That means for the end of the week, $499 in profit and almost a 10% ROI. Week 2, well, guess what? We're adding to that balance. And every time we place a trade, we can recalculate, say, okay, well, let me do 5% of my current balance. So this is building and building and building as you go. So in week 2, by the end of week 2, hey, we've got $548 in profit. You see that number's getting bigger, and 10% ROI. We're getting consistent. Now, let's do week 3. And again, another profitable week. We're up $603 for the week. Again, total gain of 10%. And then week 4, again, $633, 10%. But the total month's profit is $2,311.68. And a total from our very, very starting balance, which was 5K, to where we ended up, 46% gain for the month. Now, I want to pause for a second. Do you see how powerful that can be if you keep going? So let's break it down. We started with $5,000 at the beginning of month 1, only risked 5% per trade. We won 3, lost 1, no trade, and 1 no trade day per week. Okay? Now, we made $2,313 in profit in month 1, starting from scratch, which was 46% gain just for that 1 month. But it doesn't end there. Einstein said, compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. So what if we reinvest our profits? We did that continuously through month 1, but instead of month 2, instead of $5,000 and pulling it out and just putting it in our pockets, what if we left that in and let it grow? Okay, we'll keep raising to 5% of our total capital per trade. We can recalculate our 5% per trade almost every day, and at the start of month 2, we can risk approximately $365 per trade. Rather, we started off at $250, but we're increasing that. Now, I won't bore you with walking through every trade week by week and all that BS. Let's jump in a DeLorean, hit 88, and look at the end of the next month. So, month 1, again, we were up $2,314. Month 2, well, now our ending balance is $10,708. So that's, again, another gain for that month of $3,394. Let's jump to 6 months, okay? And total balance is 49K. You see how this growth gets there faster? This is why I love this bloody business. This is why this is, to me, the most powerful bloody thing on the planet. And we're now up to about 15K a month in profit. Now, if this is supplemental income, if this is taking over, wherever you are, what would you do with 15K a month? Okay, but let's go further. Let's jump to 12 months. At the end of 12 months, our starting balance was 5K, but our ending balance is almost $500,000. Okay, with 153,000 a month. Again, that's that consistent growth over time. Now, recap. We started with 5K. We only risked 5% of that per trade, per business execution. We had a consistent 75% win rate, which is 3 wins, 1 loss, and 1 no trade day. And we built 153K a month income in 12 months. Do you see the power here? Put a yes in the chat box if you see the power of this and why I love trading, why I'm trying to teach as many people how to do this as possible. You can see how passionate I am about this, how fired up I get about this, because it's that bloody powerful. Now, before we get too carried away, this was a math lesson to illustrate a point. The point here is you can start being highly profitable, start small, and let things build over time. Now, trading can be highly profitable, but building 153K a month income in 12 months from 5K would be a challenge. There's a few other little things going on in there. This was a math lesson, but imagine if you even just did a portion of that. So, okay, great math lesson, but does it actually bloody work? Well, I've just shown you, again, on the charts, from end of February to the beginning of March, that consistency. But let's go back. Okay, so this is another win. Okay, 100% cash collected, only a $14 stock move. Okay, so if our target profit, our profit package is $1,000, we collected $1,000. The same for this one. Stock only moved $5.99, but it moved in the direction we expected, and again, collected 100% of our profit package, whatever it was, and that profit was in 4 hours. There's another one, $14.36 stock move. We didn't care, 93.1% of cash collected, good and groovy. That's it. So if our profit package was $1,000, we weren't all the way right. We were mostly right, and we still collected $931 in just 4.5 hours. Go back and look at that. Here's another one. Again, very recently, $37.95, and again, target profit was achieved in 4 hours, or 4.5 hours. And again, if our profit package was $1,000, it was $1,000 collected. So again, another one here. This one moved only just a little bit, $1.94, but we still made 100% of our profit package in 5 hours. Here's another one. And I could do this all bloody day, but you're getting the point, right? $17.88, but again, we collected 100% of our cash collected. And again, live totals from October. This is one account we're running right now. October to present day. Again, 53 trades, 31,000 in profits made. Average profit, this again, trading small, $585, 40 wins, 13 losses, and a win rate of 75.5%. One of the biggest wins was $1,500 and an average in trade, in and out of the trade in 3 to 4 hours. Okay? Pretty bloody consistent, right? And again, just show you here, this was one that we did on March 1st. Again, $960 just to show you stuff. Okay? Now, here's one of the best things about this. You can practice, you can paper trade this entire methodology without risking a dime, which you cannot do with any other business. I can't go to a mall, open up a pretend shoe shop with pretend stock, doing pretend marketing, with pretend staff and pretend customers, and then see if my business is going to be successful or not. Doesn't work like that. I can't create an online business and say to Zuckerberg, hey, Zuck, can you give me some pretend Facebook ads so I can pretend to get some traffic to my pretend website and pretend that I'm actually getting sales? Can't do that. Doesn't make sense, right? But with trading, we can. We can practice every day, see if we're right, if we're going to collect our 100% cash or not. We can literally practice. Prove to yourself that you can do this. Prove to yourself that, hey, I would have been successful. I would have got that. And you can do that every day until you're ready to go live. And when you're ready to go live, start small, practice, and then when you get consistency, you can scale up from there. This is the most beautiful thing about this business, unlike any other business. This is why this is so powerful, and it's changing everything, not just for me, it's changing things for my friends, my family, from our select few students. And that's why on March 11th at 11 a.m., select few, just like you, are going to be building their wealth without worry live with me. That's why we're running this 4 candles, 3-day live masterclass. I'm going to break everything down. I'll show you exactly the strategy, how to find those pulse candles, how to deploy your profit package. This is the first time I've ever shared this outside of a few select students. Now, this is not for everyone. I mean, do you have at least 10 to 15 minutes a day, just weekdays to trade? Pretty sure you could. You understand that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You understand you're not going to be perfect on day one. There's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, some hurdles to overcome, but if you're willing to stick with it, learn and improve, and practice on a demo account, yeah, this might be for you. Do you understand that there is risk, just like any other business, okay? So this is important. Are you willing to invest time and money into making this work? And are you an action taker, even if it's just a little bit out of your comfort zone? There's a few people here who's like, I've never traded before. And there's a lot of myths and bullshit in this industry. Excuse my accent in French. I tell it as it is. But that makes it think that trading is difficult, trading is this, trading is that. Look, this is a lot less risky than most business models out there. If you have a system, an approach that is consistent and predictable, and when you know how to do it, again, it removes all the headaches, hassles, and BS from many, many other businesses. So what are we going to cover in this masterclass? Like I said, it's going to be 3 days, and in day 1, we're going to give an introduction to the program, our 330 strategy, the tools of the trade, production line trading. We're going to break everything down, go in depth into the strategy itself, kind of give you the 30,000-foot view, everything you need to do, and tell you about the one skill that you need. So this is about getting started the right way with a solid foundation for long-term success. On day 2, we're going to really get into the nitty-gritty. We're going to look for that one pattern, how to identify and find those pulse bars. We're going to break everything down the Rebel Trader way. We're going to show you how you can hijack the market. We're going to show you how you can paper trade and practice. We'll show you exactly how to do that. And then we'll talk a lot about risk reduction and maximizing our profits. Okay. Day 2, we're going to talk about basically the acceleration, how this is 45 to 120 times faster than anything I've ever done before. We're going to show you the 2-click profit hub, how to swipe profits at the top of the day, so like midday swipe, the end of day cash out, and then we're going to talk about the $1 million mindset. This is really important because it's going to help you literally keep more money, focus on making it, minimizing risks, but also the mindset that allows you to create the discipline to be the best trader possible. This is where the rubber meets the road and where the money and the daily income comes from in your new business. And then we have 2 awesome bonus days of training. So we're going to have what we call a celebration or course correction call. We're going to be talking about the Hive, the Profit Amplifier, some software that can make this even faster. We'll talk about how we can even automate this so you don't even have to spend 10 to 15 minutes. You literally set and forget. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about our VIP concierge service, the next step, how you can then take this, accelerate, and grow from here. To me, this one is the most critical session of all. And then bonus day 5, you can ask me anything. If you need any clarification, nothing will be held back. We're going to dive under the hood. We'll do a recap of everything. We may even do a few live examples. And during this, because each of these sessions is at 11 a.m., we may actually be doing this live. We may actually find a live pulse bar, do the actual trading live on these calls. So you can ask me anything you like on these calls and we'll give you an answer. Plus, we have some extra amazing bonuses as well. First of all, like I said, you get the 3-day masterclass, the 2 additional bonus days of training. We also have a private 4 Candles Facebook group. This is where the masterclass is happening. This is our community. You get access to that as well. We're going to do a session transcript. After every session, we'll do a transcript of everything that's said. We'll also do a Cliff Notes version. So it's kind of like bullet point, just the facts, ma'am, type version. Okay, executive summary, if you will. So you get all the salient points, everything broken down for you. Like I said, we will do the Ask Me Anything bonus session. We'll also give you an additional seat. So if you want to do this and join this live masterclass with your spouse or partner, they can join as well. That's worth $197. And you're going to get 48-hour replay access to all the sessions, which means if you're missing something or hey, work or just the timing's not right, 11 a.m. Eastern, guess what? You've still got time to catch up and do this. So you can get started now. Go to the URL you see on your screen right now and get started. That's going to take you over to the main page. You can click the button, get signed up, and be ready to rock this masterclass. That's a total market value of $2,876, but you can get started right now for just $99. And guess what? There's some installment options as well. So if you just want to get started and everything else, we try to make this as accessible to everyone as possible. So before the sprint, hey, guess what? You probably relate to this. I know I certainly did with a lot of things I purchased in the past. When I first started, confused, frustrated, disappointed with the lack of results, relying on so-called experts that are teaching things they're never actually doing or using, which just, quite frankly, pisses me off because there's so much BS out. And then you're stuck, lost, and wanting to quit and give up. I know I've been there. I'm sure you can relate to that as well. But after we're done with this sprint, you're going to be leveraging a proven system. Okay? You will have the skills you need, a predictable, sustainable online revenue, easy to follow process, and building real wealth without work. So go to that URL you see on your screen and listen. If you change nothing, nothing will change. A lot of people get stuck in their own head, their own space, and they're not willing to take that step to take action. Okay? And then they're complaining about, well, hey, nothing works and everything else. Look, I'm giving you everything on a silver bloody platter here, okay? Not only am I going to teach you exactly what we're doing, I'm going to show you all the steps, all the processes, everything, and we're going to do it live together. But if you change nothing, nothing will change. So, are you ready to commit to change? Are you going to put it out there and say, I'm committed? Go ahead. In the chat box. Say, I'm committed. If you're willing to do this, go ahead. Tell everyone. Because when you put it out there, I'm not woo-woo. I'm the last person you would say is woo-woo. But when you commit to your own action, you're taking that first mental step forward. That can be very important. So commit to your action. Go to the URL you see on your screen, and let's get you started. Now, I know this system works if you work it. We're here to help you every step of the way. So if not this, then what are you going to do? And if not now, when are you going to do something about it? I asked at the beginning of this training, if I could show you a proven way that generates 5, 10, or 20K a month, or even 500 to 5K days, that only took you 10 to 15 minutes a day without products, without selling, funnels, traffic, or customers, something that is 100% recession-proof, and because it doesn't matter if the market's going up, down, or sideways, and you can do this even from your phone, would you be interested? That was the question I asked, and you're still here. So I'm assuming the answer is yes. The question is, what the hell are you going to do about it? Okay? Get started now. Go to the URL you see on your screen. Seats are limited, okay, for this current intake while we're here on this call right now. And once we're full, the doors close, it's too late, and someone else got your seat. Now, this is not an expense. Don't think of this as an expense. It's not like buying the latest iPhone 258, whatever the hell it is. This is an investment with an expected return. So this is what you're getting inside the Masterclass. Like I said, you're going to get the 3-day training with me, start on March 11th at 11 a.m. Eastern. That's worth $997. The 2 days of bonus training, again, additional power pack training, that's worth $497. The Facebook group, that's worth $297. The session transcripts, that's worth $197. The Cliff Notes guides for each session, that's worth $197. The Ask Me Anything bonus session, that's worth $197. The additional seat for a partner or spouse, that's worth $997. And 48-hour replay access to all sessions, that's worth $297. That's $2,876 worth of training and resources, just $99 today. And like I said, there's some installment options as well. We want to help you, but you got to help yourself, okay? So again, go to that URL, get started now. Go to the URL you see on the screen or in the chat box. Click that. Let's get you started. So what's the worst case scenario? What's your best case scenario? What do each of those look like? Not just like 2 years from now, but even 12 months from now. So what's your worst case scenario? If it doesn't work out, you've spent 3 days learning an invaluable skill, exposing yourself to an amazing industry. Maybe you just need a little more practice, okay? Fine. And we'll try and help you every step of the way. Like a lot of our students, we want you to be successful. But what does your best case scenario look like? What if all goes according to plan, like many of our students? What kind of car would you drive? Or motorbike? I'm a little obsessed with motorbikes, as you'll see. But what kind of car would you drive? What's that dream car? Where would you travel to? What's that bucket list item that you would love to go sit on a wee beach with funny wee drink with a funny wee umbrella? Like just a couple of weekends ago, it's exactly what I was doing. Would you send the kids to college? Maybe you got some college debt yourself. What would you do? What causes would you love to support and donate to? What's your dream home? What does that look like? Your forever home. Maybe you just want to enjoy a little more time freedom to be a little more lazy. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. So what does success mean to me? Like I said, I come from nothing. Success takes on many different forms. For me, it could be a beautiful house, pets, I collect scotches, I love cooking, I've had an opportunity to meet some really cool people, love doing what I do, I love racing, I love cars, going to rock concerts, whatever the hell I want. That's the whole point of this. I can travel the world. I can do amazing bloody things. I can support charities like, again, there's a dog charity in Texas that is a no-kill shelter that homes over 100 dogs a month that are abandoned or rescues and what have you. And again, they find homes all over the country for them. Fantastic. Could you take a month off? What would you do if you could take a month off? Where would you go? Recently, I went to Scotland for a month. I just literally took an entire month off and buggered off to the Highlands and the Islands just for the hell of it. Go see family and everything else. And I mean, would you be able to do that where you are right now? Would you like to do that in the future? I mean, what would you do with your life? Like me, my obsession right now is on the track. I've never raced on the track with a motorbike before. So I hired a mentor, someone to teach me, someone who I know have the skill. Sound familiar? A little bit of analogy here. So again, I started, I sucked. I crashed the first time out. Okay? Wasn't great. Hurt a little bit. But actually that bike that I'm on the back of right there. But again, got my own bike, got better, learned the skill, practice, got better until I'm kicking ass and taking names. Still got a long way to go in all honesty. But yeah, that green bike became a black bike. It's the Sith Lord bike. Yes, I'm a little bit of a Star Wars nerd. And again, that's Black Betty. That's the Sith bike right there. But again, started without the knowledge. I learned the skill, became better and better, and I still got a long way to go. But hey, guess what? That's what I do. That's my life. That's success to me. So what's your worst case scenario? What's your best case scenario? What do each of those look like from 2 years from now? I mean, think about it just for a moment. Where would you be if you had that kind of revenue consistent every single bloody month and it only took 10 to 15 minutes a day? Is it worth the risk? I bloody well think so. So, again, get started right now. Go to that link you see on your screen, check the chat box, and let's rock and roll. Like I said, there are limited seats, and once we're full, the doors close. Now, what's the real reason people don't take action? Well, they're scared they'll fail. Okay? A lot of people don't take action because they're scared, they can't do it, or they make up all sorts of little excuses. It's not about money, it's that feeling of failure that I can't do it. It's false. Bullshit. You'll have that feeling if you don't actually try. Don't let your mind trick you. Does that make sense? So, again, let's get you started. Go to that link you see on the screen in the chat box. Again, hurry because there are limited seats, and once we're done, that's it. If you go there, it says sold out, too bloody late, okay? I don't want that to happen to you. I don't want someone else getting your seat on this live masterclass. Now, we've got a couple of optional extras, and I say they're optional. I highly recommend them as well. So while you get everything we just talked about, when you go on, there's an upgrade to the VIP access, the red carpet VIP. So we're going to do some additional Q&A sessions. These are private sessions only for our VIPs. We're going to do trade review. So you can say, hey, Sean, is this right? Boom, boom, boom. We'll do that for 30 days as well. You're going to get a comprehensive workbook that goes along with every day, including guides, strategy, everything bullet point, broken down. Very, very powerful. You're going to get 30 days of recording access that's valued at $499. Plus, after every session, main session, we're going to go into a private VIP group with our red carpet guys. So we're going to go deeper. We'll cover more ground. And we're going to just kind of dive in. So our VIPs just get a little extra there after every main session. So that's a total value of $2,795. You can upgrade. So you'll see that for $199. And yes, we've got some installment options for that as well. Because like I said, my goal is to help as many people succeed in the fastest way possible. So this is going to help you get there faster, better, and easier. We want to streamline everything. Now, after that, you also have an invitation to our inner circle, the 4 Candles Masterclass Inner Circle. Now, this is going to include 2 very powerful bonus trainings. Now, these by themselves, we have the 10x multiplier method. This is really, to be honest, the biggest revelation I ever had in what I do in trading. When I really considered how I can scale that much faster, transformed everything. It literally allowed me to free myself of every ounce of bullshit you could imagine, okay? Not just in wealth creation, but when I realized doing this one thing, this one exercise that I talk about in this, it just, imagine where you are right now and where you could be if you could 10x that, okay? Now, even if you do just a bit of that, this was really probably the biggest revelation in my entire life. I'm going to walk through that in this training. That's valued at $499. We're also going to talk about the mobile lifestyle exam, which is basically how to do all this on your phone. Okay? So there's no hassle, no headaches, no bullshit. Okay? You can literally be anywhere. If you get that, signal, boom, 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 click, click, done. Put your phone back in your pocket, done. I'm going to show you how to do that too. Plus, any other helping hand trainings. So if anyone's got really stuck and I just say, okay, I'll sit down and I'll do a video on it, we'll do that all in the Inner Circle group as well. So on top of that, you're going to get lifetime recording access, which is worth $1,999. Keep all the recordings, everything else for life. So in the basic masterclass, get it for 48 hours just to keep everyone on track. However, if you want the lifetime access, get the Inner Circle access, okay? Also, you're going to get unlimited email access to me. So if you want to fire a question, or put it in the Facebook group, which is the next item, just fire me an email. And if I got time, send back an answer, maybe even record a video, whatever it requires. My goal is to help every bloody person, okay? Then, like I said, we've also got the private Facebook group, so all the replays, everything else will be contained in this private group. It's for Inner Circle group only. No one else can access this. It'll be you as an Inner Circle member. And then also, just a little extra, you get elite status in the main masterclass and community as well. People know that you're a big swinging, well, you know what, okay? Because you're an Inner Circle member. So that total value there is $4,994, and you can upgrade when you get there with just $299. And just one of those sessions is worth that a lot, infinitely more. So highly recommend those two optional extras. But listen, go get started. Can't help you if you don't take action. You want to profit from the markets. You see the potential here. You want real financial freedom. You want to live life on your terms and stack the deck in your favor. So go get started right now. I don't want you to miss out on this. And like I said, there are limited seats. Once we're full, that's it. Okay? But I don't want you to miss out. Now, I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight because I've got this working for me. Doing this for a long time now. And again, 24/7, 365, I'm making money. Okay? Great. I'm going to sleep like a baby. But if you walk away from this right now, are you going to regret it? Are you going to say, shoot, should have done that. Someone else got my spot. Now I'm screwed. Don't want that to happen. So here's what to do next. Go click the link you see below or in the chat. The scholarship pricing, because I am sponsoring you into this. I mean, this is ridiculously low price for this masterclass. But again, like I said, there are installment options too. But you can get started right now for $99. We start live on March 11th at 11 a.m. Eastern. My team will be waiting on the other side for you to get you started, okay? Now, why are you still here? Why haven't you clicked that button yet? Are you still here because you haven't clicked that button yet? Look, it's time to make a decision. Can't make that decision for you. I'm going to give you everything on a silver platter, but you've got to go to that link and get started. So I've got 3 questions for you. Why did you come to this webinar? Why did you come to this training? Do you have an understanding of where you are right now, where you want to be? This is the vehicle that's going to help you get there. So obviously you're here because you want something extra. Well, again, this is your path to that. This is the vehicle that's going to get you to the destination you have in your head. But why are you still here? Why haven't you committed? What's the one thing that's stopping you? And what are you going to do about your why? What is the one thing that you want to do, achieve? What's that goal? What gets you out of bed in the morning? Maybe you're not 100% sure what that is yet. Well, this is going to help you get there. This will help you as you grow, as you remove some of the burdens. A lot of people say, oh, I want, this, I want to buy this, or, a lot of people also just want a little more security, a little more freedom, a little less worry and stress. And this is why I said at the beginning, when you master this one skill, you'll never worry about money again. Most people worry about money. It's the biggest concern. What are we going to do to pay the mortgage? We've got this mountain of credit card debt. We've got this going on. We've got this going on. All the rest of it. Those are stresses. I'm trying to give you a path to remove all those stresses. Okay? So, like I said, it's time to take action. Seating is limited. And I've got one last thing. One lucky attendee on this masterclass is going to win $1,000 cash. I'm going to fund the entire damn business just for being on these calls. So, get started now. Go to the URL you see on your screen or in the chat. Click that link. Get started. Maybe it's going to be you. Maybe you're the one I'm going to fund. So like I said, you got everything we talked about here, the 3 days training, the 2-day bonus days of training, the 4 Candles Facebook group, transcripts, Cliff Notes guides for each session, Ask Me Anything bonus session, the additional partner or spouse seat, and 48 hours replay access to all sessions. Go to that URL you see on your screen. That's a total value of $2,876. You can get started right now, and you're ready to rock for just $99. And like I said, there are some installment options as well. Now, still here? Still thinking about it? Just about 30 days from now? You've got two scenarios. 30 days from now. You could be 30 days from now, still wondering what you're going to do, pissed off because you got another email, another thing you clicked on, another thing that was a complete waste of bloody time. Or you could join us on this live masterclass, learn an invaluable skill that will pay you for the rest of your life, something that will create wealth without worry, a process you can do in 10 to 15 minutes a day without products, marketing, traffic, and all the other headaches and hassles, and finally have a online, predictable, sustainable revenue. Start doing it right. Okay? So get started. Go to that URL and let's get you rocking and rolling. Now, got time for a few questions here. So let me just pull up the questions here. Okay, I'm going to try and compress some of these questions because a lot of very similar questions. So here's a good one. If too many people take your program, won't all the good trades get taken? Not at all. Okay. In fact, if we're all if all of us here, if everyone who learns this started doing this, we wouldn't make a dent, a tiny dent in the profitability of this. Okay. We'd all be very profitable, but we're insignificant in the size of the market. What additional expenses are there? Well, obviously, you've got to have some money to trade. Okay. And there's a couple of tools that we recommend, but again, you can get trials on some of them. They're very cheap. But yeah, the most thing is, okay, what money you're going to trade and when you can start. And remember, you don't have to start with any money to start because you can paper trade. So you can practice until you're ready. That's usually the question people ask is, what's my risk? Zero. Paper trade start. Okay. Do I get access to everything immediately? Well, obviously, we're going live. We're going to be doing the training on March 11th. So you've got to wait for that. And when you sign up, you'll get a Zoom link and all that other good stuff. But you'll get access to the Facebook group. And as we release the resources after each session, everything else, those will be posted in there. And we've got Google Doc with links to all the documents. So you're all good to go. Can I do this from X country? Pretty much anywhere in the world. Okay. We'll talk about the different options, different brokers that are available and everything else, which is where you facilitate your trades. One of the ones we use is very acceptable in most countries, and there's a few options for others. Now, there are some countries, I can't think of them off the top of my head, but if they got a bad financial reputation and everything else, they're still around it. Okay, I can show you a couple of options. We'll talk about that in the masterclass. I have no tech skills, and I'm terrible with computers. Can I still do this? Yeah. But it's going to be a learning curve. You're going to learn a couple of skills. You're going to learn a couple of things. We'll walk you through everything, assuming you know nothing. Okay? Because that's where a lot of people start from. That's okay. Same as me. But we're going to break everything down and walk you through everything. If this works so well, why don't you just do it yourself? Why teach it? I do it myself. Like I said, it's only 10 to 15 minutes a day. And like I said, I got bored. I really tried to do the full retirement, feet up, pipe smoking, do nothing. And I got bored. I'm a creator, I'm a builder, and I love teaching this stuff. Hopefully you understand some of the passion I have for this and why this drives me so much. So there you go. How much time do I need to spend on this? I think we've kind of covered that a lot. Of course, when you go through the training and everything else, you're going to have to invest about an hour to 90 minutes every session, yada, 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 as we do it. But when you start getting into it and actually applying it, 10 to 15 minutes. Maybe a little longer when you first start, just to double check everything, yada, yada, yada. But 10 to 15 minutes. When you see how simple it is, you'll be saying, damn, all right, yeah, he's right. This is really easy. How long will it take me to make X dollars? Okay, so I see a few people asking that. Again, it's about consistency over time. Okay, so obviously, if you start off really small, it's going to take you longer to get the bigger numbers. If you're starting off larger, hey, guess what? You get there quicker. So let me put this back on you, okay? Because it's going to depend on a lot of variables on you, okay? So it's about your aptitude, your ability to follow instructions, directions, yada, yada, yada. So let me ask you this, okay? If you could, for example, know that in 6 months from now, when you apply this skill, that you would be a really, really great trader. Now, there's a learning curve as you get there, and there's a few hurdles, but by the time you get there, you're a great trader. Great, fantastic. Are you willing to commit that time to learn, to put that time in to get there? Now, not that it'll take you 6 months, I'm just using that as an example. If you're not willing to commit to putting the effort in, this program isn't for you. Don't buy it, let someone else in, okay? It's as simple as that. I know this will work if you work it. You've heard me say that. But I'm giving you everything, all the hand-holding support, and doing this live with you, okay? So if you're willing to commit to your own success, then you'll get there a lot faster. Okay. Okay, I've never traded anything before. Can I still do this? Yes, absolutely. We've designed this entire program. Everything we're going to be doing live assumes you've never traded before. For a lot of people, they're like, I've never even considered this, or hey, I've heard about it, but I've heard bad things about this, or I've heard people lose money. It's because most of them haven't a bloody clue what they're doing, or they're listening to some I just censored myself deliberately there. Some uninformed individual expert. I was going to say numbnuts, but to hell with it, I'll say it anyway. You get the point, okay? I'm going to get on my soapbox if I'm not bloody careful, because this stuff really winds me up. But yeah, there's a lot of BS out there. We're cutting through all the BS. I'm showing you the shortcut. This is the culmination of over 25 years of what I've done. I'm going to give it to you all on silver platter. So I would say join anyway. Even if you've got hesitation, if there's something that's keeping you on the fence, join anyway. Don't let the fear of action stop you from taking action. Cause inaction. I have no idea where I was going with that analogy, but here's the thing. Okay. If you're sat on the fence, don't sit on the fence. It's bloody paper. You get splinters in your ass, and no one wants that. So go ahead, go to that URL. Let's get you started right now. And now we're going to wrap this up right now, and I truly appreciate your time and attention. I truly hope you join us on this live masterclass. So go to that URL before we finish here, before it's too late. Go to that URL, go click it in the chat box, what have you. And I really appreciate your time and attention. Now, for everyone else who has joined, first of all, welcome aboard to the Rebel Trader family. And we're going to teach you everything in this 4 Candles Masterclass. Now, you're going to get, when you sign up and everything else, you've gone through all the bits and pieces, you're going to come to a page, which is your Start Here page, okay? Now, on that's going to have links to the Facebook group to join. You're going to have instructions. If you've got the red carpet or inner circle, it's going to tell you how to get all those pieces, where to download, access the inner circle private group as an example, and what have you. So that page, bookmark that page. There's going to be a quick reference for everything, including any resources, replays, the whole shebang. Okay. Then you're going to get several emails, including your email receipt, the Zoom link. We're also going to do a unofficial meet and greet on the 10th at 8 p.m. So this allows me to get to know you, to customize the training specifically to you, where you are, where you want to be, and then we'll create a path together. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that as well. So with that being said, last call. You get everything we talked about, the 3 days training, the 2 days of bonus training, the 4 Candles Facebook group, the session transcripts, the Cliff Note guides for each session, the Ask Me Anything bonus session, the additional partner espousing, and the 48-hour replay access to all sessions. Go get started right now. Go to that URL. Last call. You go there and it says sold out. Too bloody late. I try to warn you. Okay? So that's $2,876 in value. It's just $99 to get started right now. And there are some different payment and installment options. My main goal is to get you there, get you started, and show you this. So thank you again for being here. I truly, truly appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you in the masterclass. All right, that's it. That's all I got to say about that. I'm going to leave. I'm going to put a little timer up just so I can answer any last questions here. But with that being said, see you at the masterclass.